So let's do the Animalia chorus. This was an idea that I had that... Okay, so what can I tell you about this? Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. That has been your hydration moment. Oh, ending on a different key than we started. That's fun. This is an idea that I had that I think the idea was better than the execution for this one, I would say. So I was making this, I was trying to get this out like before Christmas, I think. And I didn't have long. I managed to get a choir robe from one of my mother's friends. And I decided, okay, if I'm going to do the Hallelujah chorus, I'm going to do it properly. I'm going to get the score, and I'm going to actually sing every part of like the orchestral arrangement and all the choir parts. And like, it's going to be exactly like the original. And I did that. But the problem is that at the time I was living in a very dry apartment. It was heated with like radiator heaters or whatever. So there's like no fancy putting water into the air. And it was, like Montreal winters get super cold, and this was like December. It was a really cold December, and cold air doesn't hold any water vapor. So when you heat up the air just gets super dry, and I would wake up every morning with like a bloody nose and like a headache and have to hydrate super much. And in the meantime of this, I'm trying to sing the Alleluia chorus, which goes up to like... I can't even hit it now. It's a high A. And it didn't work very well. So I feel like I sound really screechy in this, to be honest. And also, like, because of that, I ended up doing a lot of digital tuning on it. And I don't know if I'm really happy with the effect. It doesn't sound like a choir. It more sounds like a weird, I don't know what's going on. The other thing that I've got going on, well, maybe let's start it and we can see what happens. Animalia, 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 Animalia. I suggested, when I did this trip to Saudi Arabia, or I did a concert, and I suggested that maybe I could, like, they had a choir. And I suggested maybe I could do this with the choir, and they said, no, you can't, because it's a Christian religious song, and you wouldn't be able to do that there. Animalia, 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 Animalia. Even though it's kind of like a desecration of a Christian religious song, isn't it? As all cells are. Animalia, 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 but have no form restrictive containers. Yeah, that's one of the key features of animals, is that we don't have cell walls like bacteria and plants and stuff. This font is not, this is not a good font for comprehension. It's too flowery. I use this, like a still from this later on, in my lecture about like good science communication as an example of what not to do, because especially like if you're watching this on a phone, it works in full screen kind of, because like this for me is like the size of a good screen and I can see it. But if you're watching this on a phone and then you've got like loopy lettering and like things within things on this like screen within a screen, it's way too small and confusing, and your eye doesn't know where to look. Animalia, 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 Animalia. I think I took all of these pictures from Wikipedia Commons, which means I should be safe from getting sued. Animalia, Animalia, Animalia. Oh, that note. That's the note. Oh, that's only a G, but even then, that note is a little screechy. Heterotrophs are things that have to get their food from something else instead of autotrophs, which get it from like primary sources like the sun. And this is a comb jelly. Comb jellies are cool. It's a cool menagerie. What's a pist? I don't remember what a pistacanta is. That the clade that includes? Yeah. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so we've got this. This is an example of like right now this is pixelated. Why are we on 480p? Come on. Let's get 720p at least. Okay, now we can actually see it. We got Nuclearidae. What is this tree? Coanoflagellates. Are these all the little protists that branched off of us before we actually became animals? Does Opisthoconta include fungi? I'm not sure. Anyways, this is the problem. Usually my videos are supposed to serve as kind of like a memory palace for me to remember what I knew at the time. But in this case, I don't know what it is. Okay, so it's fungi and animals, like before they split off, is Opisthoconta and a bunch of other things. Fungi and animals in the domain of eukaryota. Look at this graphic. This is where the graphics start to just get stupidly like we've got 5 different pictures here behind flowery text that's too complicated to read, and they're all like, oh man. Why did I do the? Because it's and he shall reign in the domain. Sir Elder says the lower left timpani is bored. Yeah, hold on. Let's take a look at some of these faces. Oh yeah, he's rolling his eyes. Yeah, so all of the I don't know if I did every voice here. I think there were probably a lot of the orchestral parts where I did multiple voices, but I only did one for the actual video. I would suspect that that's the case. So I don't know what all these voices are, because I had stopped doing like the thing I was doing in Surface of Light where I actually mime them. Nope, we don't have any chloroplasts. Yay. Chloroplasts are cool. They're like our mitochondria. They're endosymbionts that got absorbed and turned into organelles. Okay, but I'm missing some of the science. Let's go back. I was focused on the I was focused on the faces. Yeah, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I got into an accidental losing side of an argument with Sally LePage the other day because we were talking about how Drosophila have a weird development, and I was under the illusory impression, because I had forgotten this video, that the thing that was strange about them was that they formed like a blastular type structure, which is of course not true. Like all animals form this blastula, which is like a sphere of like a hollow sphere of cells that then gastrulates, which means that the sphere develops like curls in and develops an opening, and some animals only get the one opening, which is like a combination mouth anus, like a sea cucumber or whatever. But most quote unquote higher animals, we get 2 openings, so we have a tube through us. And then I can't remember what the difference is between triplo, so triplo, this is an example, and again, like this would be a good diagram, except it's covered up in text. Triploblast, we have the ectoderm, the outer layer, the mesoderm, and the endoderm. The diploblasts have a non-living layer in the middle instead of 3 layers of cells. They only have 2 layers, and they're separated by just like a sheet of non-living organic material, I guess. But I can't remember which one's who. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe not. Okay, so now we're going down from like kingdom, phylum. What is it? Kingdom, phylum. I don't remember the Linnaean taxonomy because it's so, I don't know. It seems so arbitrary to me. This is the kind of thing that I can never remember. But we're going to go down the layers. We're going to go from the kingdom of Animalia all the way down to humans. There's didn't do that zoom thing. I mean, I definitely am not putting all of the phyla into that kingdom, but, you know, just like selecting certain ones. Let's see. I don't remember what Larvacia are. Agnatha are. Agnath means lacking a jaw. So there's things like lampreys that just like jawless fish that grab onto you and suck your blood. Amphibia and mammalia. Man, I don't even have reptiles in here. Come on. Class just doesn't work in the it needed to be 2 syllables. So I was like, I'm gonna use the Latin classis, but I'm not gonna use the Latin for any of the others. So I have to like make it work with this little oh, it's in Latin. I'm smart, guys. I know what I'm talking about. It's a little shoehorned, but sometimes what are you gonna do, you know? Rodentia, Cetacean, Carnivora, Primates. Primates. Same with primates. Is that actually how you say it? Primates? I think it's just primates. Tarsids are so cute. I mean, lemurs too. Hominid. Okay, no, we're in a family. We're getting real screechy here. I remember at one point I was recording this part and my roommate just started pounding on the wall and she was like, "You've got to stop. Like, we can't live." Because the only way I could get up to these notes, you can see it with these guys on the left here. They're just they're dying, and yeah, it's about accurate. Even this guy's over here like, what? Please stop. What are you doing? Gorilla and bongo, chimpanzee and hobo. Oh, it's a pretty accurate description of what it feels like to try to sing that note. Who have I got in there? I've got like Genghis Khan, Hillary Clinton. There's a few. Yeah. How much before this is a dog whistle? I think that's this might be one of the original wood prints from the origin of species, but I'm not sure. Protostome. Okay, protostome. Yeah, protostomes have a mouth and an anus. Oh no, deuterostomes also have a mouth and an anus. So what is the difference? Hold on, let's go back and look at this. Protostome gastrulates once, and then the anus forms out of that single gastrulation. And deuterostomes, same thing, but they like butt off into this central coelom. Oh, interesting. Okay. I mean, this is teaching me some things that I totally forgot about. Oh, these are all the different forms of like attachments between animal cells. So you got desmosomes, which are these little like hole punches between neighboring cells. They're like sort of like just like a hole, like a pipe channel, and then gap junctions. How do gap junctions work? Oh yeah, they open and close these other little pipes between them. And tight junctions, where they're kind of like sewn together with these little protein complexes here. This is what's going on in your skin, I believe, to give like a. Oh, Stephen and Andrew Zitzen says anus and mouth are swapped between protostomes and deuterostomes. Okay, that makes sense. And like it's somewhere prior to the divergence of arthropods and like chordates, I think that happens. So like, you know, shrimp versus us. our anus is their mouth, their mouth is our anus, or whatever, right? Based on development, anyways. But this is what forms like watertight cellular biological barriers between regions. And microtubules still created by centrosomes. That's not a thing that plants have? I guess not. I don't know. Coelomates with hollow cores. Yeah, coelomates. We got this. So the coelom is this internal region here between your outer layer of trunk and outside and whatever, and like your internal digestive system. You've got this like body cavity, which is your coelom. I think that's right. Gastrulate from blastopores and precondates vertins have gaslets and notochores. I really like there's something about that line that I like. Maybe it's just that Handel's Messiah is really good and well written, but there's like, for all the ways that I find this screechy, there's like a thrill that I get on this line all the time. So good. That's very shouty though. Even the low voice is like the tenors. Animalia. It's like I'm really I'm trying to boom it out. That's all right. That's all right.
Hey there, musical scientists. Merry Christmas.
Oh, it was, yeah. I was trying to get it up for Christmas. I had this impression that Christmas would be better than after Christmas, which probably is true. Just this flowy font. Hey, me with a hat. Let's see how much I cringe at me. Hey, we got a new Jeff Shavel had joined onto the Patreon.
Happy holidays! Joyous time of minimal solar declination.
Oh, nerds. It's
been an incredible year of restarting and pushing the boundaries of this channel, and I want to thank all of you who have stuck with me all this time.
Yeah, this was in some ways this was the dark year, because like it was the year after like I had done the revival in terms of like the Indiegogo campaign, and all the support that people gave to me there was really amazing. And then this whole year I was really struggling to gain traction and like have people watch the videos and like care about them. So like it was a really cool year of restarting, but I also remember like this whole year I was like quite demotivated for a lot of it, just because I felt like I was putting things out that I really believed in and thought were really good, and they like weren't really going anywhere. But that's like, the truth is that they weren't going anywhere because there were flaws in them, and I was like learning the arena, and even if they were good in idea, they had some problems with execution. And the only way to one of the hard things about being a creative is you've got to take your best idea now and do it as best you can, like knowing that you're going to fail in a whole bunch of ways, but that you failing now with your best idea will lead you to better ways of doing and better ideas. And you just gotta like do it and put your faith in the idea that this won't be your last good idea, and you shouldn't hold on to it. But every time you do it, often it feels like not only am I wasting all of my good ideas, but also, they're not being done well, and nobody likes this, and maybe I'll have to, I don't know, go get a desk job or serve coffee because I got out of academia and now I don't know what to do.
I hope you enjoyed this Christmas present and that you could get home for the holidays to snuggle up with your favorite biological organisms. If you'd like to
you think I'm referring to significant others, but I'm definitely referring to cats.
Get me a Christmas gift, please consider going to patreon.com/.
Hey, sweet plug.
Acapella Science and supporting me. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep getting your musical science on in 2016. Special thanks to Frank Royal for the choir robe, Ika for the bio knowledge, and all my supporters, especially these three. I'm Tim Blay, signing off for this year, and you're watching Acapella Science. Acapella Science.
Hey. It's such the music of like the Alleluia chorus is just so epic though. Like it's one of those pieces that my church choir when I was growing up used to always do it. I don't think for Christmas. I think they would do it for like Easter vigil mass at the end. And it was definitely like one of my favorite moments of the year, just like listening to them go all out and like, now we don't care about you singing. We're just going to like perform this insane, awesome piece of music. Yeah. Jade Cutter says, did Tim ever answer why he doesn't want to work in physics? Maybe I will someday. It might have something to do with my inability to handle authority. But more than that, I think it's just that I'm a person with many interests, and physics is one of them. Should we do one more? It's 4:44. I think we could do one more. Let's do one more. What's the next one? Yeah, another slightly cringy venture from my past. This was a video for Valentine's Day.